Okay, hold on.
You know the other points to best gets is with the y. So one plus right? And then for the size of it, this is all here is negative.
Oh, you're cheating. Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah,
Okay, guys, think about the sine of 30 degrees plus 60 degrees. Does that equal the sine of 30 degrees plus the sine of 60 degrees?
Probably not.
Probably. Changing our votes.
Is there a question mark?
There is, meaning does it equal sine of 30 plus sine of 60? What is 30 plus 60? Okay, so what is the sine of 90?
Yeah. No. The sign is 1. Wait, no. No, 0. Wait, no. Yes, it's 1. You got it.
Okay. Is it because it's in degrees we don't like it as much? You guys actually like radians better now? Some things will be.
We just had to know both.
Yep. All right, what is the sine of 30 degrees?
1/2.
1/2. And what's the sine of 60?
Yeah.
Do you think those are equal? Does 1 equal 1/2 plus 1?
No.
No. Okay. So this is why we have to have our sum and difference formulas that you're going to learn today. We can't just add things and then like distribute the sine or distribute the cosine. It doesn't work that way. Okay. So if I wanted to find like the sine of 75 degrees, I know that's 30 plus 45, but I can't just do the sine of 30 plus the sine of 45 to get there. Okay, we have to use these lovely formulas. You have 6 formulas today.
Formulas.
Yep.
Yay.
All right, first one, sine of A plus B. A and B are 2 angles, okay? This is equal to the sine of A times the cosine of B plus the cosine of A times the sine of B. There is a big like visual proof with a square and different triangles in it and why these all work. We definitely don't have time to go through that today. So we're just going to use the formulas today. So that is A plus B. If I do the difference, any guesses as to what is going to change? It's going to be subtraction instead of addition. So this will be sine of A cosine of B minus cosine A sine B. Okay, so those are your 2 formulas for sine. Cosine gets 2 formulas too. They are a little bit different. When I have cosine of A plus B, that is cosine of A cosine of B minus sine of A, sine of B.
I'm guessing when it's A minus B, it's gonna be.
Yep, exactly. So if it's cosine of A minus B, cosine A, cosine B, plus sine of A, sine of B. We just have tangent left. Of course, tangent will be the worst. It always is. So tangent of A plus B is tangent of A plus tangent of B all over 1 minus tangent of A times tangent of B. Lovely, right?
So, I was gonna guess two things. I guess if it's A minus B, it's gonna be 1 plus tangent on the bottom, or if it's A minus B, it's gonna be the whole thing and then multiply it.
No, it's the sign switch. Yep. All right, so tangent of A minus B, we just have opposite signs. So tangent of A minus tangent of B all over 1 plus tangent of A, tangent of B. Okay. Let's wait a second here, make sure we're good. Yes, you will have to know these formulas, okay? I mean, if you know 3 of them, you know 6 of them, right? Because you just know the signs change. So, the more you use them, just the easier it is to remember them. So. All right, guys. So let's try what we actually do with them. You will be evaluating. We'll do number 1 together. Let's do cosine of 15 degrees.
In the 10 formula on the bottom, can that 10 and 10 just go to 10, 10 the brackets 8 times?
No, it is not the same, unfortunately. It's kind of like how the plus doesn't work that way. It's the same idea there. Yep. Be convenient if it works. Okay, guys, think on your circle. I know we have to think in degrees now, which is a little trickier for your brains. Do you know 2 angles that you actually know the value of on your circle that you could add or subtract and get 15 degrees?
45 minus 30.
45 minus 30. What else?
9.
60 minus 45. You could do what? Yes, you could pick anything like that. 315 minus 300, sure. Like any of those work. Okay. I'm going to do 45 minus 30. Okay. You would get the same answer, assuming you didn't make any mistakes, with any of those angles that actually give you a difference of 15.
That's not an answer.
No, definitely not. All right, the 45, that's like your A. And the 30, that's like your B. So we're just going to expand this with our formula. So this is now cosine of an angle minus an angle. So So do you guys see it? It's going to be the cosine A, cosine B, plus sine A, sine B, like we see what formula we're using. Instead of A and B, I'm going to plug in the 45 and the 30. So this is cosine of 45 times cosine of 30 plus sine of 45 sine of 30. Everybody with me on how we're filling that out? Okay, then it's just a matter of evaluating it. So what is the cosine of 45 degrees? Good. What is the cosine of 30 degrees? Good. Do you guys see how not knowing those trig values would make this hard, right? Like it's just going to take you a long time if you don't actually know them. What is the sine of 45? 2 over 2, and the sine of 30? Half, okay? And then we're just going to multiply. What is root 2 times root 3? Root 6. So I've got root 6 over 4 plus root 2 over 4. Good. Do you see how they already have common denominators? So your final answer is root 6 plus root 2 all over 4. Can I add together root 6 and root 2 and get root 8? No, you cannot. Okay. Don't do it. All right, anybody questions on any part of that process? Okay, let's do with numbers that we know. No, this is just answering. Because isn't root 9 3? Right? You don't like it? But if you, do you see what I mean? If you added root 9 and root 4 and got root 13, that's a very different value than the square root of 9 plus the square root of 4, okay? Doesn't work. Okay, you guys are going to try one. Pick your angles, guys. You're trying this one on your own or with your neighbor. See how we do?
Yes, I'm guessing yes.
Final 11. Noting how short everything is. I have until 11:19, guys. All right, guys, picking your angles. A lot of choices here. Chris, where's my way? There is this thing called a clock. It even says the time right here. It's kind of small, but.
Yeah, I got it.
I'm going to do 120 and 45. You could have picked other things. Did anybody do like 135 and 30? Yeah, that's fine. You will get the same answer. All right, guys, sine of 120, what is it? And then cosine 45. What about cosine of 120? Yeah, guys, be careful with your signs. They're crucial. We should end up with root 6 minus root 2 all over 4. Do you notice that it's like the same numbers as the last one? You're always going to get some version of a root 6, a root 2, and an over 4 when you're doing the sine and cosine ones of these some different ones. So always root 6, root 2, over 4.
I think we're always forever.
Definitely not. For some indifference of sine and cosine, always. The negatives will be in different places, but tangent won't be that. All right, guys, let's do a tangent one together. That is pi over 12. I won't ask you cotangent, but you would just do it as tangent, and then at the end you flip your answer. So it's not that outrageous. But. All right, guys, pi over 12. So a couple ways you could do it. You could turn it into degrees and then think about subtracting that way. You can also think of your unit circle in terms of 12s for the denominator. Think about it. This is pi over 6, pi over 4, pi over 3, right? Those are the ones we know. What's the common denominator between those three? Smaller. 12, right? Couldn't pi over 6 become 2 pi over 12? Pi over 4 is 3 pi over 12. Pi over 3 is 4 pi over 12. Some of you are looking at me like I'm doing sorcery up there. That is normal math, guys.
Wait, so we do 12 minus 12? Wait, I think it's 0.
That would give you 0. I would not do that.
Wait, there is a power.
Of the ones you have, could I do 4 pi over 12 minus 3 pi over 12?
Oh, yeah, you could do that.
Yes. Could I do 3 pi over 12 minus 2 pi over 12? Yes. Okay, with tangent, please listen. Don't use the pi over 6 spot. Avoid pi over 6 whenever possible when doing tangent. Okay? Tangent of pi over 6 is root 3 over 3. That is going to be much uglier to work with in that fraction tangent formula than just like root 3 is. So avoid pi over 6 with tangent. So I am going to pick tangent of, you can write it as 4 pi over 12, but I'm just going to write pi over 3 minus pi over 4. Does that make sense? If you changed it to degrees in your head and said I did 60 minus 45, great. I don't care.
Should we know how to do both, though?
I mean, you should be aware of both, like going back and forth between degrees and radians. Hopefully isn't the end of the world. All right, now our lovely formula with tangent. It is tangent of pi over 3 minus tangent of pi over 4 all over 1 plus tangent of pi over 3 times tangent of pi over 4. I know we don't like tangent. It's okay. Okay, so let's evaluate. What is the tangent of pi over 3? Root 3. Minus tangent of pi over 4? 1 over 1. It's the same value, so it'd be plus root 3. And then it's times 1. Do I need to write times 1? No. All right, let me stop here for a second. Are we okay to that point, or did I lose anybody going from the formula to that weird fraction? You see it? Okay. We're not? Yeah? Okay. Do you think I can leave it like this? No, I have a radical in the denominator. So I'm going to rationalize this. We are going to multiply by what's called the conjugate of the denominator. It is 1 minus root 3. You are taking numerator and denominator times that, so you're not changing the value of anything. That's just a fancy way of writing 1. And then we have to actually multiply this out. If you like writing it out in a box, go for it. I'm just going to distribute. Henry, put your phone away, please.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, root 3 times 1 is root 3. Root 3 times negative root 3 is negative 3 minus 1 plus root 3. That's my numerator. Denominator, I get 1 minus root 3 plus root 3 minus 3. Let's stop there.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
So the denominator will be 1 minus 3. What did it mean?
What do you notice in the denominator? Root 3 and negative 3 are going to go away. That's what happens every time with a conjugate. James. Yeah, so your denominator is just 1 minus 3, which is not 4. What is 1 minus 3? Negative 2. You do not have minus 3.
Oh, it's because
All right, and in your numerator, what's negative 3 minus 1? Negative 4, and then root 3 plus root 3? 2 root 3. So we have a negative 4 plus 2 root 3.
You need 2 root 3 minus 1.
You could. Yep, same value. One step left. Do you see how I can divide everything by negative 2? Okay, so I get 2 minus root 3. Move that up a little. Okay, any part of that that you're like, what happened? One step to the next, where are we? Okay. Also, you look like you got a question. Like, how'd I go from here to here?
yeah. No, but why did it?
Because on the top it's root 3 plus 2.
So I have 2 of them. And then I divided by a negative 2. There's essentially like a negative 1. C-O-N-J-U-G-A-T. Conjugate.
This one you just wait and see.
Oh, it's like 2 and then minus 1.
G-A-T. Testing my spelling.
What is it just? I thought it would just be 2 plus root 3.
You are wrong. Great. If you're going to split it apart, you can't just cross it out of one part. All right, we got to keep going, guys. Yes. DC Mount more. All right, these are going to look slightly different. We're no longer doing things from your unit circle. You are given sine of A equals 3 over 5. We know 0 is less than A is less than pi over 2.
What?
Is this gonna take like a lot of space? Or should I flip over?
It's a decent amount of space. Got to draw a couple triangles.
Drawing triangles?
Say that like I'm asking you to do brain surgery.
Brain surgery.
All right, guys, jot it down. No, definitely not. Jot it down. I know these look different. I will walk you through it. Henry, put it away.
That's 3 over 5.
It is 3 over 5, and then 5 over 13 equals. Sine of A equals 3 over 5. You really do need glasses. It's true.
It's not, I don't want
How do we
to.
not do these types of questions?
No, you're going to do lots of these.
Cosine is like merging.
Okay, so angle A. What quadrant is angle A in? First quadrant. How do we know that? Yeah, guys, that information, 0 is less than A is less than pi over 2. That is telling you what quadrant your triangle is in.
Blue triangles?
There's A. Sine of A is 3 over 5. That means opposite is 3, hypotenuse is 5. You know how I keep telling you that you have to, like, retain your knowledge? I'm not kidding, okay? You what? Oh, okay. What is the other side of that triangle? 4. What quadrant is triangle B in? Also first quadrant. Multiple triangles.
How did you know it wasn't that?
So do you see how it says 0 is less than B is less? Wait, what?
No, never mind. Wait, this one.
Okay. This over here is what tells you the quadrant. Cosine's 5 over 13. So adjacent is 5, hypotenuse is 13. What's the other side? 12. How do I know? Pythagorean theorem.
Oh, so we're just doing that with that?
Well, and that's like a common Pythagorean triple.
That's like the below one.
You get it?
5, 12, 13, yeah.
Yeah.
But in this one's just like,
Come on.
Oh.
So guys, these numbers are reasonable. On your assessment, they will be reasonable numbers. On your Delta Math today, they are large numbers. So if you need to use a calculator to figure out the missing side of your triangle or to help you with the multiplying, that's fine on the Delta Math. Just know on your assessment, you won't have a calculator, but the numbers also won't be awful.
That's what we
Okay?
have to do. That answers the question.
No,
Oh.
but I'm just telling you on your homework what I need you to know, okay?
I thought that was it.
Okay, the rest of the question, it's going to say find sine of A plus B. Could you write sine of A plus B, like expanded with your formula? Yes. What is it? Well, let's just do it with the A's and B's first. So sine of A cosine B plus cosine A sine of B. Please say sine and cosine. It is not sin and cos.
What's this?
Okay, once you have that formula written out, we can now evaluate these from our triangles. Okay, you're not evaluating from your circle anymore. So look at triangle A. What is the sine of A? 3 over 5, right? We need to do opposite over hypotenuse. What is the cosine of B? 5 over 13. Plus, what's the cosine of A? 4 over 5 times the sine of B. Yes, it is. And then you multiply. What is 3 times 5? Over. What is 5 times 13? 65. Don't, because you need the common denominator here. Yes. Normally I would say simplify first. Not today. What is 4 times 12?
48.
Over. If you get to this point and your denominators don't match, you probably messed up somewhere, okay? Because they should have the same denominator. So now I can just add, what is 15 plus 48? 63 over 65 is your answer. Not that bad, right? Looks scarier than it is.
No.
If your triangles are not in the first quadrant, okay, ours were in the first quadrant. If they're in like the second, third, or fourth, what do you need to be careful of?
Negative.
Negatives. Pay very close attention to your signs if you're not in the first quadrant. Is the hypotenuse ever negative?
No.
No. Okay. All right, let's try another one. You guys will try this one by yourselves.
Okay.
Cosine of A is 5/13. Is in first quadrant.
Okay.
Yep, just being straightforward with you on this one. Sine of B is 4/5. B is also in the first quadrant. You are going to find the sine of A minus B. Okay, try that one for me.
Yeah, it all helps.
Really?
Yeah. Sin A cos B minus cos B. Sin A. Oh my God. So sin. Sin is what else? No, sin.
Oh, sorry.
It's 6.45.
Oh yeah, she was five.
Ah, so close. I thought you.
We have her
I want to
second.
do I still believe.
Yeah, it'll happen.
Let's do one of those. Yeah, there you go. Like an inversion. Exactly.
You have to get like a bunch of chords and like heavy transport. Yeah.
How fun is it?
I tricked myself on that. Yeah, you don't want to like you guys like lock arms and then one person like lifts you up. Like I didn't realize how tense it was.
No.
Show me something.
I have it's like
Yeah, it's annoying. It makes one.
It's all good.
Like, we don't know this negative.
No, it's like, why aren't they? Oh, it's like literally the same. Like same.
You don't even know.
Your hands are a replica. Like, so your hands are very occupied. Motion in your hands. Just vein size. Like, everyone has different
All right, guys, look up here. Are you okay on the triangle drawing? Yes? Got it? Okay. Formula, sine of A, cosine of B, minus cosine of A, sine of B. Guys, take the time to write down your formula. One, because hopefully it'll help you do it correctly. Two, if you mess it up, I can at least figure out where you messed up and what you did wrong. If you skip a bunch of steps and just write an answer, I don't know what you did, okay? I would like to know what you did. So write your formula. The sine of A is 12/13. The cosine of B is 3/5. The cosine of A is 5/13. And the sine of B is 4/5. So you should have 36 over 65 minus 20 over 65. Did we get 16 over 65? Yes. Okay, question. I'm gonna stop there because I have like 2 minutes left. There's like, we get out at 11:19. I know, time flies, right? These 59-minute classes are just zipping by. They're not fun. Come on. No, not true. Not true. No.